Okay, so we're in the midst of the off season. Things are still pretty quiet. The combine happened, but not much is going on in the NFL still. It's a bit of a dead zone, and yeah, I'm just I like football. Did you know that? You aware of that fact? And if you watch this video, you probably do too. And something I like to do is just browse like certain NFL topics. I'll just like search things up and see if certain ideas that I have actually exist out there. And part of me was just wondering, I think I was also doing research on like a TikTok or just a YouTube short or something like that. And I was like, you know what? What are some of the biggest chokes in NFL history? And then I went down another rabbit hole and I was like, well, how do we quantify what the biggest chokes are? Does it go by just total point difference? Does it go by vibes or something? Stage. Is the Falcons choke worse than another choke in the Super Bowl, even though the point total isn't as big? You know what I'm trying to say, right? It's a lot of words. But then I stumbled upon this website. I don't know. I feel like I want to share it with you guys because what it does, well, actually, let me pull it up on the screen here. So it's sort of difficult to put onto the screen here, but basically it's coming from this guy whose last name is Parham, specifically, but he basically watched his team choke a game and decided that he wanted to find a way to measure how bad a choke is. And he's using this specific formula, the piss formula, of course, which you're obviously familiar with. But yeah, if you really want to, I think that's like a matrix thing. I don't know. I barely passed math, but there's a lot of math that goes into this. I'm not even going to try to pretend that I understand anything that he's showing me here, but what it effectively does is it prints out this number here. So for example, he used this Titans-Bears game where the Titans had a 17-0 lead and then ended up losing 24-17. And this produced, a choke score of about 290. And what he did is he charted this for every single game since 2000 and came up with the worst chokes of all time. And I don't know, I feel like that'd be fun to go through. I actually haven't looked at this list. There's a lot of games that I probably, either didn't watch or didn't remember, but I feel like this would just be fun to go through. This was peak off-season activities. So I've got it pulled up here, and right away, what the hell? With a choke score of 632, it's the Titans versus the Browns in 2014? Bro, there was no one watching this game. So yeah, if you pull this up, it shows you all the information here. So we can look at the choke score, which got to 632. So it looks like the Titans ended up having a 28-3 lead at one point. Oh god. Oh no, not 28-3. So you can see here, this is Justin Hunter from Charlie Whitehurst. All right, if you say so. Dude, Kendall Wright was my guy. Love Kendall Wright. Love Jake Locker too. Oh, wait, what happened? I guess Jake Locker got injured in this game? I don't remember. But yeah, Travis Benjamin from Brian Hoyer just went nuclear. They were down. Wow, there was like no scoring at all. The Titans just never scored again after the second quarter. Dude, I gotta see some of these highlights. Oh god, it's actually on NFL Throwback. It says the original 28-3. What are we doing here? Yeah, all right, for copyright reasons, I'll just keep it up there for a second. But the comments actually say this is the biggest comeback ever on the road, which is pretty crazy, man. I actually did not know about this game. This was posted 2 months ago by NFL Throwback. That's crazy. Yeah, just an absolute choke. But I guess it gets worse because I do remember this game well. Ravens versus Dolphins. That was a crazy fantasy game. I think what even, this was Hollywood Brown was still on the team. I think he had like 200 yards. Tua had like 6 touchdowns or something. Crazy game. And yeah, Baltimore had a big lead if I remember. Well, of course they had a big lead. That's why they're in this thing. But how big was it? It was 35-14. Jeez, 35-14. I didn't know it was that bad. And then Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle. Yeah, Tua just popped off, man. Crazy game. I remember that one. And then number 18, this is another one I remember pretty well. Cardinals, Giants, huge choke, bigger than the last two by a decent amount. Then the margins get a little smaller as we go up, I'd assume. But yeah, this was the Daniel Jones game. This was, I remember through 2 weeks, the Giants had allowed like 60 points, scored 0. after they got blown out by the, Jesus, my forehead is massive right now. They got blown out by the Cowboys in week 1. Their season like ended already, but then yeah, I think they were down. What were they down by? I think it was like 30-0. It was 20-0, yeah, at halftime, and then or 20-7 at one point too. This was Josh Dobbs. I don't remember that. Wow. Oh yeah, Kyler was still coming off the ACL, I think, and yeah, then they just came back. This was Saquon still. What a year, man. What a wild game. That was a fun one, too. That was a really fun one. Remember, Daniel Jones was on my thumbnail for that recap. Texans-Rams in 05? Bro, what the fuck is this? What is this? The Texans had a 24-3 lead and blew it. Who's David Carr and the Texans blew it to Ryan Fitzpatrick and Torrey Holt? What the hell? Oh, wait, no, I do know that game. Yeah. I remember covering that in the Rams video, I think. Yeah, that's a Ryan Fitzpatrick classic. And then what is this? 2013 Texans Colts. Is this also Fitzpatrick or something? This is Case Keenum. Texans were up 21-3. Andre Johnson on the losing end of another one. You hate to see it. T.Y. Hilton had 3 straight touchdowns. Dude, Andrew Luck was like that. That's crazy. So that's the 16th best or worst choke since 2000. I'm not having fun anymore. I remember so much about this game. When I went to this game, I was there. My friend specifically was next to me. We were winning. I think we were winning like by 20 at halftime, third quarter or something. Yeah, it was the biggest lead was 20-0 at halftime. And we knew it. We knew we were not going to win that game. We said it's over. Like, we're fucked. I'm dead serious. I knew that we were going to lose that game. It was more of just, like, wondering how it was going to happen. And then when you got to some of the bullfuckery in that game, I mean, I need to pull it up. I'm sure you've seen this play before, but you'll never see anything like it. 2-point conversion to keep the game alive. We rushed 2 fat asses, and Kyler's just running around, and it's still going. It's still happening. There's still a play going on, and he's in. I'm not even going to pull up the Renfrow clip. But yeah, the Renfrow clip, if you remember, Renfrow fumbled 2 times in a row. That last time was returned for a game-winning touchdown. It was horrendous. And now 2016 Chargers versus Chiefs, that sounds about right. Chargers horrible choke. They were up 10-27, 3-24 at one point too. I feel like this was like Sunday Night Football if I'm not wrong. But yeah, this is just a standard Chargers choke, nothing crazy. 2014 Week 8 Atlanta versus Detroit. That's another weird one. What? This is just a random game. It's not a very high scoring game too. Yeah, I guess the Falcons were up 21-3. And they just slowly blew the game. I don't know why that one's so high. I mean, it's a 677, but like, how is that worse? And then number 12, just a slightly worse choke than this one, maybe. What do you know, man? It's the Super Bowl. Do we really need to talk about what happened in this game? Falcons go up 28-3. Score, game over. James White had, what did he have, 17 catches in this game? This graph is just not what you want to see. It was, 3 minutes, or quarter 3, 2 minutes, 6 seconds remaining. Fuck, you still can't see. I'll put it on the screen here, 2 minutes, 6 seconds remaining. Atlanta allows the Patriots to score for the first time. So with 2 minutes left in the third quarter, they had a 28-3 lead. Need I say more? For actual mental health reasons, I won't discuss this anymore, but... yeah, 2016 Niners versus Jets. Again, this is 2 very bad football teams at this point, so this is a game that no one was watching. I don't understand how this is. I guess it's because they were leading so late, and then it looks like it was an overtime game, so I'm sure you get more points for overtime. Yeah, the Niners were winning for the whole game, and then with seconds left, Nick Folk tied it. Jets win in overtime. But yeah, this is a bad Niners team. This was Blaine Gabbert or Kaepernick when he was washed. Couldn't tell you. Then 1999, so I guess it goes a little further than 2000. I wasn't sure it would. But yeah, this is Colts versus Patriots. Colts had a huge collapse in this one. They ended up leading 28-7. And yeah, Drew Bledsoe just locked in, man. 3 straight touchdowns. I don't know anything about this game, to be honest with you. Oh, and then we have the classics. Let's get back to some absolute classics. I gotta pull up the interview. I need the headphones too for this one. This is very important. Very important information.
About the Bears, we shut them down that way.
No, we just the Bears are what we thought they were.
They are what they thought they were.
They're what we thought they were.
Classic.
We played them in preseason. Who the hell takes a third
Cardinals
game in
versus
preseason?
Bears. The Cardinals did not win this game.
We played them in the third game. Everybody played 3 quarters.
Yep.
The Bears are who we thought they were.
And we let them off the hook.
And that's why we took the damn field. Now,
so good.
If you want to crown them, then crown their ass.
Crown their ass.
But they are who we thought they were. And we let them off the hook.
Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. Rest in peace, Dennis Green, man. So yeah, this was a horrid choke. Now, this wasn't a very productive Cardinals team. It was a weird team. This was Anquan Boldin, Matt Leinart. This was pre-Kurt Warner being the guy. I believe he was on the roster, just backing up Matt Leinart at this point. But yeah, just Devin Hester's 83-yard punt return with 3 minutes left. Rex Grossman, dude, what was Rex Grossman's stats in this game? Let's see, this game specifically, the box score, Rex Grossman, 144 yards, 14 for 37, 4 picks, 10 passer rating. That's unbelievable. And they won the game. Yeah, that's they had the Charles Tillman 40-yard defensive fumble return into Devin Hester punt return. One of the most unlikely games of all time. Truly deserves to be up here. Number 8, 2020, week 2. Falcons versus Cowboys. Oh my god, I remember this game. Oh my god. This was yeah, Dak Prescott got a touchdown at the end. This was a crazy one. Everyone was clowning on the Falcons. Yeah, this was the Calvin Ridley Julio team, I think. Or was Julio gone at this point? I don't even remember. Yeah, Matt Ryan was still here. No, I'm pretty sure Julio was still on this team. Yeah, this was a crazy game. Crazy game. Yeah, they were up by, it was 29-10. 28-3 still fresh on their minds. That's a rough one. Then we have 2014 Chargers versus Niners. I want to say I remember this one, but I don't think I do. Oh, the Malcolm Floyd catch. Yeah. That was a classic. I'll pull it up. Yeah, dude. God, I loved Malcolm Floyd, man. 30 seconds left. Phillip Rivers to Malcolm Floyd. Game-winning touchdown after they got a 4th and 10 before that. And then in overtime, they'd kick a game-winning field goal. That was, yeah, I do remember that one. And then this is another classic, man. 2000, week 8, Jets versus Dolphins. This was Jumbo Elliott, right? Is that his name? Yeah, 3-yard catch from Vinny. I think this was on Monday night. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure it was. Monday night and Thursday night football have some wild games, dude. Yeah, these are some names in here. Wayne Krebet, dude. Leslie Shepard, Jumbo Elliott. Yeah, the Jets were down 7-30 in the 4th quarter. They were down 7-30 and they won the game in overtime. Crazy ass shit. They could have even won it in regulation if they went for 2, but did not happen. Now we're getting into the top 5. The top 5 of games. I'm gonna try to keep it a little bit less spoiled for us. So you probably saw number 4 for a second there, but this is 2006 Week 12 Giants Titans. Bro, how many leads are the Titans involved in here? This is Vince Young. Ooh, God, this is a weird team. Brandon Jones from Vince Young. Yeah, it was 21-7 in the mid to late 4th quarter. 10 minutes left, they were down 21-0 in the 4th, so that's why it's so high up. They didn't score a point for 3.5 quarters, and they didn't even make it to overtime. They won in regulation. How the fuck did this happen? Wait, they scored with 44 seconds left and then got a field goal? What? Dude, what was going on in 2006? I don't remember this. I did the Vince Young video. Okay, the Giants got the ball, and Eli, he threw a pick. Bro, what are you doing? Why are we throwing the ball in that situation? That's crazy. And then they just went on to go score. And that's in Tennessee, too. What a game. What a game. Wow. I forgot about that one. And then, yeah, number 4, man. Number 4. The wild card Jaguars Chargers. Yeah, this was a game that I turned off. And only to see that Well, I did turn it back on very late, but geez. I mean, it was, what was it? It was 27-0 in the second, basically within the end of the second quarter. They scored with 20 seconds left, but I mean, it's just incredible. And then it got to 30, like they were still scoring, and they didn't get a single touchdown in the second half. Not even one. I'm not even going to pull up the highlights for that one, because you know what happened. That's some painful shit. And then this one is another classic. 2003 Bucs versus Colts. I remember this when I did the Peyton video. They were down. I think it was not 35-0. It was 35-14 they were down 35-14 with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and they won the game. They just went touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. They got a pick six, yeah. And then they went down and scored, and then they got another stop and scored again in 5 minutes. Crazy game. This was the Brad Johnson Bucs. This is their post-Super Bowl team. Keaton McCardell was on this team. He's nice. Yeah, that was a Peyton Manning masterclass. He had like 5 touchdowns in that game or something like that. Mike Vanderjagt was still there. Crazy game. And now we're going to move into the top 2. I actually don't know what's even going to be in here at this point. I have no idea. I'm trying to like make some... I don't think we're going to be on here again, at least. I fucking hope. We'll see. Number 2, 2005 Dolphins versus Bills? What? What is this? 24-23? What is this? 2005? Who is J.P. Losman? Sage Rosenfels? What? So they were down 3-23 after a safety. Okay, yeah, they were down 3-23 with 10 minutes left in the fourth, and they won the game? I don't understand how this is so high, though. Is there like a miscalculation? What am I missing here? Well, okay, so the chart thing is saying that the Bills... I guess they just didn't have the ball for like all of it. I'm confused. The time of possession must have been crazy in this one. Yeah, it's just the chart just says the Bills had like a 90% chance to lose like the whole game, and then they just stole it at the end on a last second touchdown. Wow. So I guess it sort of makes sense, but it's a little confusing, I suppose. But now let's get to number 1. What are we thinking? What are we thinking for number 1? I'm trying to think of like playoff games specifically, because I feel like that should be factored in more. Like this should probably be like, there's no way this should be above like a week 13 garbage game between 2 terrible teams. But let's see it. Number 1. Oh yeah, of course. Oh my God. Oh God, Matt Ryan. He's on here again. The classic. This is a Saturday game, I think. Oh God, 33. It was 33. 33-0, man. It's just, oh my, and 33-0 deep into the third too. It was halfway done with the third quarter, 33-0. Now the Oilers game, actually, I was like thinking about it, but again, I don't think that the data goes that far back to be able to put it into the formula. I could be wrong. It's not on here though. It definitely would be the greatest comeback in playoff history. Yeah, it was 36-7 too. Oh my God. And then they just couldn't do anything. It was such a crazy game though. They got so lucky early. Blocked punt for a touchdown. They scored early there. Another pick six. Like really, Matt Ryan did not play well, which is why I can't blame the guy, because he just kind of was getting clamped the whole time. He didn't do anything. There was a 1-yard touchdown. But geez, man, I just want to see the ending again. Yeah, I forgot Dalvin Cook, man. Dalvin Cook was nice. This was washed Dalvin Cook too, but crazy run, 2 minutes left. This was in Minnesota. Man, what a game to be at if you were there. Touchdown. Vikings go for 2. They get it. They force overtime. They win it. Just a crazy game, man. But yeah, that's it. That's and then we got recent chokes over here, by the way. This is this past season, so the Ravens one is far and away number 1, 366. That is not even close somehow to the greatest chokes of all time. But yeah, the Bears-Vikings game from week 1 is up here too. 2 week 1 games back to back is crazy, or at least maybe this wasn't updated actually. I could be wrong, but yeah, that's a tough one to beat. But yeah, I thought this would just be fun. Looking at all the worst chokes ever, I thought this site was interesting. So I can put it in the description if you want to check it out yourself, learn more about the ins and outs of how this was created. But yeah, it's pretty much all I got. Thanks for watching. Peace.